All right, hello everybody. Hello and welcome to a brand new series, attempt 22 of Vintage Story Wilderness Survival Permadeath. In the last series now, we installed a new mod, which applies light level mechanics to all drifters spawn during a temporal storm. What does this mean? That means I no longer need to spawn proof my base during a temporal storm. Wherever there's sufficient light level, they will not spawn in, right? Now, I may have died in the end of my last playthrough, not because at first I thought that they spawn-proofed that they overrode the spawn-proofing and spawned in despite the grass that I had put all over the floor. But I had a bear hide that I picked up during the temporal storm, so there was one exposed tile. And a monster might have spawned on that tile. But honestly, I've gotten pretty sick of spawn-proofing the base, as it were. And I recognize that the devs don't want you to be able to be safe in your base, but this is permadeath, and the devs don't want you playing permadeath in the first place. So to better balance the permadeath experience, I've decided to use a mod, like I said, that applies light level mechanics to the drifter spawns during a temporal storm. And that is going to allow me to it's going to allow me to be safe in my base. I'll no longer need to protect myself like that. Now, apparently, the mod that I'm using, it has a glitch where apparently both Orns can still spawn, but both Orns, they have like a limited... they only use their dangerous ranged attack when they're far enough away from you, right? Other than that, they usually just run away, so I'm not going to worry too much about getting those guys. Let's see here. VSPD 22. Wilderness Survival, customize, VSPD 22. 1 life. I can transport water by bucket. Stone, wood, and brick chiseling. 8 block prospecting pick node search radius. And class exclusive recipes are disabled. All right, that should do. We don't need better prospecting enabled right now. We'll turn it off. Okay. Okay, let's hop in, and let's hope for the best. Hello, Cameron. He returns. Your 24-hour timeout doesn't apply if I end the stream and start a new one. Welcome, buddy. I mean it though. Don't just spam song lyrics in chat, all right? Okay, let's zoom out and get a good view of the area. First things first, we need flint. I need a knife. We have granite on the ground. Some things never change. Let's get rid of that. We are in the middle of a very densely wooded area. Well, kind of. There's a bunch of bushes, but not a bunch of trees. Either way, we're gonna have to travel until we find a lake or something. All right, let's make a knife. We need cattails to make storage containers. Little baskets. All right. No problem. We got a wolf over there. So where do we go? I see a very large body of water over there, and it looks nice and conducive to a base with a respectable farm, right? That's what we want. Really not finding that much flint on the ground, though. Here we go. Damn, that isn't even flint. There we go. Let's make a shovel. Oh, that's making my balls itch. Okay. Now I have to make an axe. Okay. As long as we got that big lake over there, we do have base potential. I would like to hunt that wolf. It'd be nice to have access to some of the stuff it's gonna drop. I do already have a place picked out for a base. It's that lake over there. So theoretically, you know, we're not gonna be struggling to find a place to live and put down storage. So I can afford to over-encumber myself a little bit here early on. Let's make a second spear. Hi. All right, I need a good big open place to fight this. Right here. All right, there we go. Immediate early game bones. Among other things. Anyway, let's get going. I see cattails. I just hope a bear doesn't attack us in the process. There's a little bit of peat right here. It's a massive lake. All right, let's make more baskets. I'll still need 2 more cattails in order to make my final basket, though. Nice. Starter flax. Grab the flint. we have anything in these ruins? Not that I can see right away. All right. Let's go make our final basket. And save up cattails for a storage chest also. Alright. Inventory's looking pretty fucking ragged, but here we go. Make one more of these. I gotta eat. It's a pretty interesting place to live. We have a lot of cattails here. The interesting part is there's actually a bridge across the water, so if I ever want to go exploring somewhere else, I can, like, you know, I can go across there. Hello, Saturn. The Promised Land, well, we're not entirely sure. There was a temporal storm, and I picked up my bear hide off the ground. Every other tile had a piece of grass on it, and we think that a corrupted, what do you call it? The crazy legs. Crazy legs spawned in the middle of our base and one hit killed us, basically. We had no time to react. But I installed a new mod called Weather the Storm, which applies light level mechanics to drifter spawns during a temporal storm. So as long as I have a well-lit base, we shouldn't have any drifters spawning in our base, even during a storm, right? However, there's one exception. There's a bug that they can't figure out how to fix. They can't get Bowthorns to stop spawning, but Bowthorns are like the least dangerous enemies. Right? Because they don't even, they barely attack you if you're in melee range. So we're gonna live with that. And hopefully we'll find a new Promised Land. How are you doing, Saturn? Okay. This place looks like it has potential. I don't know. I'm ambivalent about it. We could just move on a little bit and see what we can see a little ways further, you know? Quite a mountain range over there. It looks like the rest of it, though, around is flat. Flowers over there. Yeah. What is the wireless on the fritz? Hmm. Yeah, the more we travel before settling down, the more at risk we are of a run-in with a bear, but also the more seeds we can accrue for our garden. Let's get rid of that thatch. Same with these 2 granite stones. We do not need those. Okay. All right. Well, we have a whole bunch of crop availability here, it seems. This is one of those really... Oh, God. Go, go, go. Holy shit. Yeah, screw that. Fucking crazy legs. You killed me in the last series. You piss off for this one, all right? Yeah, this is one of those seeds where there's seeds everywhere. I know how funny that sounded, but, you know. Zuzi's just kind of... She's unplugging the wireless thing and plugging it back in real quick. The wireless adapter, so just give me a sec. I can't really keep up with chat. Alright, I'm not really seeing another lake out here. Yet. We would need a lake in order to base up. Like, we don't need one, but if we want to start an early garden, then we'd better have one, right? And honestly, I am digging these 34 fucking flax seeds that we already have. That's insane. And we just keep finding more the more we travel, so, like, I want to keep traveling, right? Okay. Hello, DRS. Welcome. How are you today? Gotta admit, man, I love how verdant this area is. I can't really see a lake for making a base, but the fact that we're getting so many seeds, it bodes well for our farming, if nothing else. And there's a lot of berries in the surrounding countryside here. It's quite nice. Everywhere I look, man, there's just more crops. Let's eat these 10 blackberries, and then I can grab those turnips. There is water here. Oh, there's a lake right there, and I think I see what looks like a peninsula. We might have found our home. It depends on the temporal stability. We'll have to wait and see, but it is nice to lay eyes on a prospect, if nothing else, right? The prospect of a new promised land. Is there anything I can get rid of? Nothing I'm comfortable with. No. Then you know what? We won't forage any more berries for now. What I can do is get rid of the bushmeat for sure and just take the blackberries. I'm kind of conflicted about it. Let's drop the knife. Grab that. And let's get over to that peninsula. It might be the perfect place for me to just plop down a storage container, right? Can't take the parsnip seed. Fuck. You know what? We're getting rid of the bushmeat. Spelt seed. Get rid of the spear. I don't want to get rid of the bushmeat. You know what? Here. Let's just put down a little storage container right here. I have 2 of them, actually. And then we'll come back for this shit after. Once we're more settled, right? What's the harm in making sure I don't have to get rid of anything? Yeah, that's a way fucking better idea. We'll leave a little chest right here. Hell, we'll leave 2 of them. And we'll come back for that stuff very shortly. Right over here by this lone birch tree. Grab those. I need to make a new knife. We sure are finding a lot of food though, which is good. And I'm gonna have to start gathering the dirt for our base. Now, I'm thinking as far as base locations go, this place looks pretty rock solid. I think we could work with this. 100% I do, but we have to get started now in order for it to take form, take shape. So, let's begin. I'd rather be based up on this side because there's a shitload of open plains around here. Again, we're gonna do our house out of rammed earth, and we're gonna give it respectable dimensions just like we did before. I don't need to worry about getting ninja ganked anymore during a temporal storm by something that spawned in my fucking house. So, the fact that we don't need to spawn-proof our base anymore, such a fucking relief. I hate it. I hate it as a mechanic. I feel like the light level should just be persistent. I wonder if there's a vanilla world setting that governs the spawn rules for temporal storms. I should probably look at that, because there might actually be a setting, vanilla setting for that, rather than me needing the Weather the Storm mod. We will find out. All right, now, new tools. I need a new knife and I need a new shovel. Grab the wood. We'll need it to start a fire. It's already begun to get dark. All right, now, rammed earth. Let's go. So, base dimensions. I want it to be 7 blocks wide for sure. So... $11 blocks long, right? So 11, yep. And then get rid of these. Good morning, Chris. You think you can get the game today, eh? Oh, right on. Right on. It's extremely hard, though. You have to get ready for a lot of stress, a ridiculous learning curve, and sometimes hating the game. But if you can get on board with that, then you'll be fine, buddy. Having a lot of difficulty fitting the base here. So in the meantime, grab that. I need this right here. All right. Let's start that fire now. And then, wait, dry grass. Firewood. Fire starter. We're cutting it pretty fucking close. It's getting dark. All right. Let's eat real quick. Make the fire starter. Now I need more sticks. I'll at least light this so I can find my way back to it. I'll probably have sticks before I come back. Okay. Right here, sticks. Okay. Light these. Illuminate the base. With the torch left over for me. Hang on. Yeah, I can eat these. God damn. This is kind of tense. Let's get some dry grass. How many days? 6 days until the first temporal storm. I'm not gonna go to sleep, but I need something to do right now, so we're just getting some dry grass. And I'm gonna put these blocks here. I need to open up my inventory a little bit. Let's eat these. Place those. Work on the roof. All right. I can kind of see. As long as a crazy legs doesn't come after us, I think we'll be all right. It really all depends on that crazy legs. Anyway, I think this is the birch tree where I left my chests, yeah. I need to take one of these back home. Successful. Done. Okay, let's go. I really appreciate that, Chris. Damn straight, buddy. That is food on my table, brother. Bless you. Thank you very much. Hell yeah, buddy. All right, let's make a... Oh my god. Okay, make a cellar right here. Store some food in there. For now, I have to store a whole bunch of shit in there until I go get the other chest and bring it over here. But I can lean up some things against the wall. I have most of my inventory open. I should be able to empty and take that chest over here. I can see that birch tree pretty easily. All right. I just hope I don't get attacked, you know? kind of vulnerable. I don't have any horsetail right now, so we have no means of sufficient healing, right? I don't have enough of those to make a container, like another container. All right. Let's leave that here. I'm gonna try to go get some sand. You know what? I don't want to fucking make the terrain around my base look all ugly, you know? Like, at least not the beach. This is a very scenic little peninsula here, and I don't want to disrupt it. So we'll try to tread a little further. Oh shit, gotta run. Holy shit, there's fucking 3 of them there. First thing in the morning, we're gonna set out and try to find some clay. For now, I'm just doing a little bit of base work. Let's grab whatever sticks we can from this little oaky bit here. Let's eat. Download has begun. Right on, buddy. Right on. You can have 10 tons of fun with it. Guaranteed. You're gonna get fucking lost in this game, buddy. What time is it? 1:20 in the morning. I don't really want to wander too far away from home, given the possible existence of bears in the area, but let's just gather more sticks then. That's something I'm okay with. think I hear a portal over there, so I need to go a little bit further from there. All right, found some cattails. Let's harvest these. Got this bush out of the way. I want to have a good view of the terrain so that I can, like, smooth it out, beautify it a little bit. If I'm gonna be living here, then I want the peninsula to look good at a distance, you know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta put sand around the perimeter of this peninsula until it lines up with that other sand over there. That's my goal for right now, is just putting that little border there. Now, if I moved the whole house over to the left, it would actually be easier to accomplish that, which kind of seems like a waste, you know? It is. It's a waste of time and energy, but we will move it over. And when we're done moving it over, I should be able to get out there and start exploring for valuable resources. Yeah, we lost the 21, buddy. We lost it. We had a crazy leg spawn in our base. I can never remember what they're called, but yeah, we had a crazy leg spawn in our base, and it killed us during a temporal storm. But I installed a mod that basically makes it so that drifters during a temporal storm are limited by the light mechanics. So like if there's a light level, then drifters can't spawn in my base, even if there's a storm, right? So I feel like that mod is long overdue. We finally have it now. It's gonna help us to avoid some of those more bullshit deaths. I'll no longer need to spawn proof the house, right? Right on, Chris. Right on, buddy. I'm gonna need a new shovel shortly, but yeah, we'll move the house over. This one more shovel should be enough to take apart the house and move it over as we had originally intended to do. All right, so our door was right here. Okay, that should do. And then right here. Now I'm gonna need much less sand to get this done. I can basically just move this sand over to accomplish it. Well, you know what? I have to live in here for a big chunk of the playthrough, and I figure I may as well build it right now so that I'm not left with things I don't like in the future, right? So we put a piece of sand right there, and then dirt along this trail. And then sand right here. Done. A little bit of sand right here to serve as a wraparound edge. Same with right there. Yeah, that's better. All right. Now let's make another storage chest. We need it. I'll organize storage after. For now, we're just sort of getting the shit done, you know? Pack dirt on the belt. I'll make that rammed earth for waypoint markers. Deposit the bones, the dry grass, the cattails. Take the rammed earth. Deposit the sand. We'll put the torches on the walls. Let's grab some food. And I think I'll just make a hay block. It's easier to get off than the dirt. Won't need the shovel to do it every time. Yeah, 55 cranberries, and we still have some bush meat, so. All right, let's go. We have to look around devotedly. We're looking for clay, peat, a little bit more dirt as well to finish our home. As well as whatever seeds we can find. We're definitely not going to skimp on seeds. I got my eye on that flax right over there. Okay, more cranberries. Fresher cranberries. We'll eat the other stacked ones first. I am gonna need to traipse into the woods very shortly to try and locate some horsetail. I need bandages. Spelt seeds. Turnip seeds. Let's eat these. Let's just have our lunch right now. Really fill our belly, you know? Oh god. Holy shit, there's a fucking brown bear just sitting there. I found copper though, that's nice. Okay. I'll mark that copper. Yeah, let's get the hell away from him. I could potentially kill him, but I would need to make a fighting shelter first. Let's plant these birches right there. All right. Yeah, let's make that fighting pit, the little tower for him. I just hope I don't fuck it up. I don't think I would survive if he hit me, so. Hi. Hello. Go. I better not fuck this up, buddy. Oh. He's not even coming at me. He must have, like, ran away instead of running at me. Which is pretty sus, not gonna lie. Okay. Either that or he fell into a hole over there and he's currently trapped in a mine. Either way, W. I'll take it. There's a ridiculous amount of crops everywhere here. This is a very crop-heavy biome for our spawn. We're gonna have a ridiculous garden if I can actually live. Let's get more dirt. I see the bear over there. Yeah, he actually ran away from us. He's traipsing around in the woods. Honestly, marginally sus. Got the sap. That's a boar. That's food. I mean, it's protein, right? Get my health up. Let's kill it. I'm gonna get further away from the woods because I can already, you know, I can foresee the bear using the distraction of the boar to deliver the coup d'etat, you know? I don't want that to fucking happen. He's getting his friends, yeah. He ain't gonna be the only bear no more. All right, let's, oh. That's a baby boar. Anyway, let's grab those bones and let's head back home to deposit our shit. I got 15 flax seeds in this short time. So far, no sign of any clay, but you know what? This is a big body of water. I run the perimeter and I just might find some. There's peat right over there that I can see. Fat, bones, seeds right here. I have an entire stack of flax seeds. I have 68 flax seeds. That's insane. We're gonna die bloody. Okay, deposit that. I have 2 medium hides. We're gonna cure those with the fat we have right here. And that's our first 2 animal hide bags. Seal that. All right, let's go continue trying to seek out some copper. Or, sorry, some clay. We found surface copper, which is pretty interesting for this stage of the game. And wildly uncommon for this difficulty. First blood, pretty sure. I don't think there's any horsetail over there. Hearing some major landslides though. Oh, wow. Look at that. The entire mountain is crumbling down. That's kind of crazy. There's just, oh my god. I've never seen a landslide like that before. Oh, that's insane. I don't even want to try to get that rye over there. Screw that. We're going to let that settle down. But there might be exposed ores on the cliffside now. Oh, look at that mountain over there. That is beautiful. I don't think I can see that from our home, though. Unfortunately, we won't have like a beautiful mountainside view next to our base anymore. That was a promised land exclusive. I should have enough health now to tank a bear hit. Should. So far, no sight of any clay. Let's get a little bit more dirt. Make a new shovel. Accidentally did a spearhead, but we need a 3rd spear anyway. I'll just make one now. Okay. And I think I'm just gonna get rid of that 2 packed dirt right there. Because we're gonna be making our rammed earth in batches of 6 now anyway. All right, we got a little bit. Now let's continue exploring. Multitasking, you know? I don't need that rhizome. You know what, guys? I think we might have actually stumbled upon an improved promised land. I don't want to speak any blasphemy here, but this place, I literally have a stack and a half of flax seeds already. Like, it's not even close. There's berries everywhere. Like, we're literally feasting, you know? All right, buddy, have fun, Chris. We'll see you in a little bit. Oh, DRS, I'm personally having a wonderful day. Thank you. I hope you are too. Yeah, let's finish constructing our roof here. And then I have to make the wattle gate. There we go. And I'll make a new campfire right here. Let's gather the dry grass. Okay, deposit the seeds. Beautiful. Eat that onion. Deposit our food. Oh, yeah. That is nice, buddy. That food will last a long time. I'm actually thinking I want my cellar to be... Hang on. I could attach my cellar to the back, right here. So the blocks go right here, and then I have 2 chests right there. We put this right there. Done. That's a way better cellar design. Because now I can actually, like, I can go in there to see what the parish speed is, instead of always guessing. All right, there we go. We're gonna have to cook that bushmeat soon. Let's make another one of these. Yeah, another hay block, and then so I can close that like that, and then look at it, right? 6 days, 10 days, 2 days on that bushmeat. So now I can actually tell I don't really need to do it, right? Yeah, I like this cellar design much more. A walk-in instead of having just a hole in the ground, because then I can actually see the condition of my food. All right, let's deposit these right there. 38 flax fibers. That's insane for this stage of the game. Let's go. I need the wattle gate and a roof. Done. Boom. Okay. Yeah, the base might be safe now. Let's continue seeking out clay. I'll grab some peat over here. We definitely see peat, and that's good news in and of itself. And that portal is no longer here, so I can safely search this area without arrows flying at me the whole time. Is that ore? It might be. Could also just be cracked rocks, though. Kind of want to seal that up before I cause a massive landslide there. I may inadvertently cause one, but yeah, fuck. Oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. I hate that. I fucking hate it. Alright. Maybe I can at least try to stop it from getting any worse. But I will need more dirt. Let's just get some peat. We came here for the peat. At least now, I can't fall in there when it collapses beneath my feet, right? All right. The Nixon door. I don't know what that means, but damn straight, the wattle door. We got a drifter nearby. That's what you get, buddy. You shouldn't have even tried. Shouldn't have even tried. Imbecile. Okay. I need one more soil. I have to mark where this peat is so I can always find it. Let's just ditch this cattail rhizome. Make a shovel, because I don't even think I can actually get a dirt block with my hands. I think I have to use a shovel to get the dirt block. Okay. Oh, okay, no, it worked. Still, Now we have a shovel. Let's mark this. There we go. I'm gonna finish gathering a third stack of peat. Unfortunately, no clay yet, but we'll keep looking. It's usually only a matter of time. I don't want to go in there. Not even a little bit, but I do want these berries. Let's get the hell out of here. I do have turnip seeds. I see another bear over there. I'm not going to try to kill that one, though. So I've seen two bears in the area. One is in the forest directly that way. The other's over here, behind our house. That's parsnips. I don't have parsnips. Let's just eat this 2 flax grain real quick. It's only 2. I'll bet that somewhere around this body of water is clay of some kind. It's also like on the border of a lot of forest, which makes it dangerous to peruse around the edge of it, you know? Okay. Fucking insane. I almost have 100 flax seeds, dude. Like, it's moist. It's exuberantly moistious. I need a new knife. We'll use a bone handle for this one. Alright. Come on, random ass clay at a moment I didn't expect it. Oh, that bear is really fucking sus, man. That's a piglet, not a full-blown pig. There's a real pig over there. Are you coming? I'm right over here. I don't know what you're doing. Oh yeah. Okay. It is almost getting like too dark to even see clay. Like it could be right in front of me and I could miss it, right? But flax? Never a bad time to gather some fucking flax. Let me flax you something. Oh, that was bad. Well, we got a lot of ruins over there, as well as a nearby trader. More fucking flax seeds. Unbelievable. All right, let's head home. So far, I still don't have what we need for bandages, but we're doing a good job of not getting hurt. No sign of any clay. Our nutrition is in a good place. We found a shitload more seeds today. We found some peat for fire fuel. I'm gonna have to gather a couple of these loose logs that we left behind last night. I'll try to find a way that I can like stay busy overnight. Like whether it's gathering sticks or whatever, right? Like just a way, something we can do to pass the time usefully instead of just sleeping, right? I feel like sleeping is just, we're wasting the growing season, you know what I mean? All right, we now have 2 more medium raw hides thanks to that boar, so God bless. Now I have enough of those pelts to make my 2 leather bags, well, animal hide bags. And I'll cook that bushmeat. We'll get our protein score increased a little bit. I just need to go grab the wood. And I might want to build an anti-bear shelter very near to base, just given the, you know, general proximity of that bear to us. It's a risk better not worth taking. Yeah, I soil myself every time I come face to face with a brown bear in the early game. Every time. Like... Oh yeah. This is crab and soil. You like that one? That was a good one. Got a crab and goyle, guys, like Harry Potter. All right. I'm gonna make another storage container. One will do. In fact, one's gonna have to do. It's all I can make. All right. Commonly used items will go in here. Uncommonly used in here. The granite sand we'll just fucking put on the beach later. Leave it there for now. I'm gonna need a panning shelter. I could try to build one. I don't have enough dirt. I should probably try to clear some of this dirt around the front of my house. It's a little crammed in the front yard anyway. Alright. Now that I have more dirt, I can make a fighting position to use against a bear. Like a base fighting position for our home. There we go. Let's eat. I need to make some primitive armor at this stage. I only have 11 firewood though. I'll need one more. Our fruit score is full. Our vegetable score is decent. We're about to start filling up our protein a little. Now, there is a tree over here, a birch tree that we saw before. We could try to cut it down. Alright. Let's put our torch down right there. That torch leads the way to our base. That's where I go if a bear comes out of the darkness, you know? Damn straight, Saturn, damn straight. I wish I could, I'm always too scared to try it. We're gonna go into creative one day and we're gonna try practicing fighting brown bears with a spear. There's very few situations in which I would actually attempt it. Like, a lot of it depends on the terrain availability, right? I need to be able to run in a circle. It would have to be a relatively open, flat space, but it would be nice if I didn't have to be a one-trick pony with my fighting positions. Oh, fuck, there's a monster in my base. No fucking way. There must not be enough light in there to stop the spawn fully. Okay, I could probably fix that though. Let's put a torch right here, 4 blocks in. And then 1, 2, 3, move that. I wonder what the diagonal light range is for the torch. I might simply need more base torches, I don't know. But as long as they're just surface monsters, I'm less worried about it. The surface ones aren't as bad. Okay, there we go. Got more firewood. It is possible that he wandered into my house rather than spawning inside of it. I don't really know. I can't remember if I closed the gate or not, but we're just gonna leave the torches the way I usually... that's a bad idea, though. Yeah, okay. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4... I do think this is probably better at stopping the spawns. Let's move them over a bit, because I know that the torches, their horizontal light level is the greatest, and then it's like the light level of a torch is shorter when you're going diagonally away from it, like that, right? So if I do it like this, we might be okay. Anyway, let's make my primitive armor. It's time. We're a little more covered now. Look at those seeds, man. That's insane. I have 91 flax seeds, for fuck's sake, dude. We gotta start our farm. I'm very excited about it. And now we know that fucking drifters won't spawn in my base and just one-shot me anymore. Now that it's dependent on light level, thanks to the mod we're using. I still have to check if there's like a vanilla setting which dictates that, though. I might not need the mod. What time is it? 2 in the morning. We'll have sunlight soon. I definitely don't think I have enough axage to bring this whole tree down, but I'll make a bone-handled axe after we're done. I can cut down a lot of it. Get started on it. All right. Oh, wow, that was a massive fucking tree. You know, there's still a lot of wood there. All right. Let's, the wood won't despawn, I don't think. Let's go grab a bone, make a new axe out of it, and then come back to this tree. The sun is rising. I really hope we can find clay today on the morning of day 3. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful. Already making good progress toward our charcoal creation. I found copper bits over there at the edge of the woods, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so we have that at least going for us. I'm gonna make a panning shelter sometime today. I'll make the pan right now. Done. Put that on the ground. All right. Let's start stacking the firewood. I need 4 to 6 vertical stacks of it. All right, let's go. And let's hope we can locate some clay sometime today. Now, even though clay can spawn near water, it's not really tied to water inexorably. Like, it's possible to find clay like at the top of a hill on a mountain, for example. So we're gonna want to be extra thorough and just pretty much look everywhere, right? Leave no stone unturned type thing. This is a massive cave-in just waiting to happen. I'm getting the fuck out of here before those goddamn foxes cause one. Finally getting horsetail. Let's keep our head in a swivel, though. I see a wolf right there, courtesy of third-person view. I would be well advised to kill it and get the hide. The issue is, it's happened before where I'm fighting a wolf and then a bear runs at me while I'm fighting the wolf, so, you know. Now, is this ocean access, or is that just a really big fucking lake? It looks like a big lake. Fair enough. Let's go grab these cattails over here. Along with these berries, I forgot to bring food. That white wolf was over here somewhere. There he is. Unless there's two. Could be another one. We almost have an entire stack of horsetail. That's going to carry us for quite a bit. Okay, we got it. I'll drop that stray one. Okay, well, he seems a little sus. Don't really think I'm gonna do battle with him. Let's go home. And you know what? The sun is in a nice elevation. I can see a lot of the dirt. Let's try to find some clay. There was a bear over here. Let's grab that sap. Fuck. I'll leave a little staircase up there just because that sap will respawn. More sap. Oh, here we go. I have found clay, everybody. We got it. Looks like a massive field, too. Right on. All right, we need like 5 or 6 stacks of this stuff. And this is what we're doing tonight for sure. Cooking pot, here I come. Copper Age, here I come. We didn't have to look nearly as hard for the clay this time as we did last time in the Promised Land. I still stand by it. This may literally be better than the previous Promised Land. Like, there's a lot of good about this place. We have 100 flax seeds, okay? That's insane. That is absolutely batshit bonkers. This is the promised land. It is the land that was promised of promise. Yeah, that's right. Philosophy major Thomas, yes. What? Zuzi's just writing up her divorce plans, like... You can live with it. You're cool with it. Alright, let's make a new shovel. One more should be all it takes to get the desired amount of clay from here. Yeah, I'm gonna get 6 stacks of clay, because that ensures that I'm gonna have enough clay for literally everything I want. Until bees. Like, 6 stacks of clay, you're good. Like, you can make everything you need. Everything. With exorbitant excess available to you. And then, you know, you just might need more for your bees later, and that's it. Or maybe cobblestone. You'll need more for your cobblestone later. There's a shitload of monsters down there. All right, there we go. I need 1 more stack. Let's eat these berries. Make room for it. Beautiful, there it is. 6 stacks of clay. We put down a marker. I'm gonna rotate the marker though, because our home is the other way. We just need to be able to easily find it from home. Better play really safe, indeed. We literally have 100 flax seeds, dude. I can't believe it. Like, this is the hype train land. Damn straight. This is the land that shows us the limits of the possible here in Vintage Story. Oh, more flax seeds. We're getting low on these. Better grab them quick. All right. I have like 40 flax fiber too. We need more inventory space. I might need to get rid of the spelt seeds. It's 1 spelt seed. There's also low fertility soil here that I could drop. You know what? Let's get rid of that spear. It's got very low durability. We don't need to keep it. We will craft anew. I'm just really happy to finally have the clay. You know, we got it. I'll need to find medium fertility soil. I think there was some over that way, but I'm not really sure. We're gonna keep an eye out for that in our travels. I probably already should have been, but clay was on the forefront of my mind. We'll find it though, we always do. We'll find it. All right, home sweet home. And I want to have this fighting position elsewhere, because I'm probably going to build my actual house up here on this hill. Regardless, I'd rather have this directly in front of the door, so that it's like literally a straight run in instead of being angled. I literally built my base and then harvested the whole thing so I could move it an inch to the right. I think this is fine. So, yeah, right there. There it is. Yeah, now it's a straight shot from our door, right? Like straight ahead. Six stacks of fucking clay. Yep, we are at 66, 96 flax seeds. Not quite 100, but damn close enough. Oh my god. Holy shit. What are you doing in my house? I mean, it makes sense. There's a really low light level in there, but I just know one of these days I'm gonna open the door and one of those crazy legs is gonna pop out. I'm gonna shit a brick, dude. Like, yeah. 51 flax fibers. I can almost make 15 flax twine already. Anyway, this cellar is beautiful. I like it. But in order to prevent spawns in there, I think I'll put the blocks here from now on. Until we have 2 chests in there. We have 36 flax grain, 20 spelt grain, 6 rye grain. I'm gonna make my bandages now. 16 of them. And let's eat these red currant berries next. All right, so now that we have our clay, the next objective becomes charcoal and medium fertility soil. So we need more wood. We need to cut down more trees. I already have 3 stacks. I need another 3. We're gonna make 2 more axes and get on that. 2 more axes with bone handles. Well, so much for the bone handles. I kind of forgot, but whatever. It's okay. 70 durability, 60. You get 10 more durability with the bone handle, which does matter, but it's negligible in the end, right? Probably still going to be able to finish the task. More flax. Pretty sure we just passed 100 seeds. Yep, we're at 101. This is probably the best seed that I've ever seen. I saw some cranberries up here. More flax on the hillside. We'll definitely, if we live, we'll definitely be able to have tailored gambeson full set by winter, with enough left over for a sail and anything else, like for a windmill. There's more clay over here. I'll mark it. Massive, massive clay field. Finally, we found some flax. It's about time. All right. This would be a good place to gather my sand for panning. I can actually start panning right away. Is that medium fertility? Yes, it is. Okay, so in the same place, we can get our medium fertility soil, and we can also get sand. One stack of sand should be more than enough for me to get my, Look at all those fucking cattails over there. That's nuts. But yeah, 1 stack of sand should be more than enough for me to get my copper nuggets. I can also grab like 6 or something, maybe like 4 to 6 from the copper vein that we found, the surface vein. All right. We made so much progress today. We didn't end up cutting down any trees with the 2 axes I brought, but we found sand for panning, we found medium soil for gardening, we found clay for clay things, of course, right? Wonderful day. Looks like day 3 is the day of this playthrough. And if I want to, I can get rid of this flint axe, which only has 12 more durability, and I can keep on gathering more medium soil. Let's eat. I see what looks like rye over there, or spelt. That looks more like spelt to me at a glance. Rye is darker, I think. I probably couldn't collect it though, without having more inventory space available. We'll see. Beautiful. I have 2 stacks of medium soil, 1 stack of sand, a whole bunch of other shit. Yeah, that's spelt. Let's drop our shovel then. And I can finish... Can't really eat all of those berries. But I could put my torch in the offhand in order to take the actual grain home. Let's do that. Because, buddy, porridge is in our future. All right, let's head home. Hell yeah, Chico. I know about the berry bushes. It's a pretty good idea, but I'm gonna gather those later. Yeah. Yeah, I want to try dairy too. I've never really managed before. What's this? Growing parsnips. I have parsnip seeds. Let's take it. Look at that, guys. That's Mother Nature's vagina. She's wet. She about to be Grandmother Nature, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Awful jokes are just a thing here. You guys live with it. You accept it. You accept me for who I am. And I shall not soon forget it, nor fail to reward that which is given. Anybody recognize that? No? All right, let's unequip the torch. Deposit the seeds. We got that medium fert soil, but storage is becoming a little bit of an issue. It totally is. Let's go cut down some trees with the rest of the day. This big motherfucker right here, that's a lot of wood. We'll cut that down. Even if there was sap in that tree, I would not want to climb to the top to grab it, so. Okay. 22 wood, if I could. Let's go over here. All right, let's cut this down in third person so I can see a potential bear coming before it comes. I see more flax over there. I need one more stack of wood in order to be fully done with our charcoal pit collection. I think. Yeah, we'll finish that stack of pine with like a relatively short tree, this one. Might not even need to fully finish the stack, just partial might do. All right, there we go. Let's head home. And I'll plant these pines on the way. Oh, what do we have here? Got some rye. I'm pretty fly for a rye guy. We'll do what we did before. We'll just equip the torch to the offhand, run home, Indeed, Chico. Yeah, I know that the resin respawns. It's pretty useful if you can mark those trees. Let's deposit first, so I have room for what I'm about to do. Put that in there. Deposit the seeds in here. 55 flax fibers. Grab those 2 vines. Make 2 ropes. Deposit them. Same with the cattails. I could use 1 more of these storage containers, honestly. Let's make 1 more. Just to hold blocks and shit, you know? And I don't yet have a panning shelter. All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacks. And 6. This is everything that we need for our charcoal pit right there. Lined up on that wall, that's it. So the charcoal is done. Let's build a quick panning shelter. If I can, with the time I have, then I'd like to. I might need more dirt, but I don't have any basic bitch dirt. I'll have to get some, which means I'll have to make a shovel. I'm gonna want to pick up and place back down my torches too. Right, I guess I don't really need a panning shelter tonight. Tonight's the clay night, right? So we'll grab the rest of this dirt here that I've severed from the hill, and then we'll still use it to build the panning shelter, but we'll forego building the actual panning shelter for the time being. Until we're really ready, until we have all of our clay products firing. Speaking of firing my clay products, where am I gonna do that? I could do it out here. Okay, that should do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I will want a little bit more than that. Maybe like 18. Or 19. We're getting shot at. Let's retreat. But we have our clay burning site all prepared. I'll still need more sticks and dry grass to do it all, but that's a tomorrow thing. For now, we shape the clay itself, and we reduce our quantity of held clay. There we go. More rammed earth. Six stacks of clay. All right, let's put that there. Place our torches down again. Refresh the duration of them. And let's cook that meat. It's about time that we did. The cranberries are gonna last a good long time. The meat, less so. We have 10 of it. It'll feed us well, and it'll get our protein score increased. All right, there we go. So let's begin. I'm gonna get this grass out of the way. We must form the clay. Form the clay, mold the clay. Be the clay. Okay. Anyway, we have an abundance of clay, so I'm gonna make our ingot molds and shit the fast way this time, instead of being sparing. All right. We're gonna want 5 of these clay vessels, as per usual. All right, now we can do most of the work with duplicate layer on all of them. The meat's only halfway cooked. I'll check. I'll do ingot molds and I'll check and see. Ugh. Actually, this would be a good place to check. All right, so we duplicate layer. I used a clay. I just proved it, Saturn. It does waste clay. It's minuscule, but it does waste clay. Look, I'll even do it again. We have 7 clay. I didn't use a clay when I did that. Hang on. It went from 8 to 7, and then I didn't get the 8th back. I'll do it with this one. Once we get to that top layer, I'll do it again. Yeah, it does waste clay. It's possible that, like, the dev patched it to make it so it does, and that you're used to it from, like, a previous game version or something. So here, let's do this as a test, right? So we're at 57. Wait, one more layer. All right, we're at 56. Now we're at 55 and 54. Okay, so I've used 2 clay, and now I'm removing all of it. and we don't get it back. We're still at 54. Yeah, it does waste it. It does. But like I said, we have a vast surplus of clay, so I might just do it the faster way for things like ingot molds, right? Where it'll save us a whole bunch of time. I give off Hank Hill vibes when I talk about clay forming. You see, Bobby, the first thing you need to know about clay is that it's all about the exact specifications for the customer. Not everybody wants the same clay form, so you have to understand that they get what they asked for and nothing else. I just had like an interior funeral of cringe for myself. I think that my channel's gonna go under now after that. Like, that's pretty much it. We're done. Time for everyone to go home. All right. Damn it, this is actually a lot harder to do because I'm further away. You played yourself. All right, let's do the doubles then first. They're easier to do. All right. We're almost done all 5 of our clay storage vessels now. I'll be able to do a big, fat duplicate layer on the last, well, on the last 5 helpings. All right, time to eat. Hell yeah, protein. Yeah, our max health is getting a lot higher now. It was worth it. Oh man, can you guys believe how wrong Saturn was about recovering the clay from those pixels? Man. I'm just fucking with you, buddy. It must have been patched. I don't doubt that it was true at a time. It's just the dev probably added, like, probably made it wasteful to place things and then remove them because people were exploiting it to make the process faster, right? So now you can still do it, but now there's a cost associated with doing it. All right, now, axe mold next. Bulk's Blade mod. Now the hammer. Pickaxe, and then prospecting pick and shovel molds. The more of these molds we have, the less smithing we have to do with like ingots on the anvil. That's why these are really important. They save you a lot of hammer durability and honestly time and energy. It's a lot less work to simply pour molten metal into one of these molds than it is to hammer it, right? Hammer the ingot. All right, pickaxe is done. Prospecting pick now. All right. And shovel. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's the only ones we want. Now we have to do the ingot molds, and for these, we're gonna use the shortcut method. Basically, I'm gonna fill in the entire thing, and then just hollow out the middle. Oh, I can't do it there? Shit, okay, the full method might not actually work. Because I can't actually, I can get rid of both of these. Okay, I have to do the middle row dead last. And then it will work. And I have to be careful not to place any on the far, like, outside. Let's try it again with this one and try to get better at it. So we remove the middle. Fill that in. Okay. We've done most of the big things. Let's make our anvil mold right here. Do that. We're gonna get the big cost items out of the way, and then we'll nickel and dime the smaller shit after. Oh, shit. Resource wastage. Okay. I know. All right. It's 5 in the morning, but we're done with most of the big ticket items now. Let's move these hides over, all 4 of them. I'll just put them like right here around the torch. I don't know how close they are to being done. Hopefully pretty close. Now, ingots. All right. That is way faster. I mean, it does waste clay, but it is extremely fast compared to the other way of doing it. It's worth doing. That one trick makes ingot molds like the easiest thing ever to do. I'll probably do it for the bowls and stuff. Anyway, that's 10 ingot molds done. We're gonna put the new shit over here. So, need 2 cooking pots. Okay, now for the crucibles, 2 of them. We're not really gonna need 2 crucibles until we're deep in the late game, but still gonna make 2. And this is much less tedious using that make excess and then delete the excess option. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna make 4 bowls. And we can use the hollow out method for these too. Make it nice and easy. I just have to be careful not to go over the bounds of the middle, because the middle I'm pretty sure can still fill in with clay, and that's harder to clear than the excess stuff within the bowls. There we go, 4 bowls are done. Now I need some crocs, but first let's stack these together. I'll make 4 crock pots. Big batch all at once. All right, we got 20 HP. Gotta be careful of the overflow there. Corners only. Right there, like that. Fuck, it's hard to hit those pixels though. Yeah, now I'm just making more work for myself. All right. Clear that. Now duplicate layer, and it's an easy finish. Oh my god. Zuzi, I have a joke. What would you call it if Geralt of Rivia was a drag racer? Or like a drag queen? Yes, Quen. Cause like queen and Quen. Oh, that's good. Hello, gamer fam. Welcome. How are you doing? All right, so we have the 4 crock pots, we have 4 bowls, we have 2 cooking pots and 2 crucibles. We have all of our molds, we have our 5 storage vessels, we have 10 ingot molds. I just need a watering can for the crops, and then I think we're done and we can start preparing the clay firing pits. Beautiful. Okay, so let's count. I think that's everything I need. We used 5.5 stacks of clay making all of this. I might want more bowls, like 8 total bowls, so that I have enough to make some lamps, the oil lamps. Now that light level disables spawns for temporal storms because of that mod I made, it'll be useful. Yeah, let's make 4 more bowls. It's a pretty quick work order. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 22 slots of clay products that we need to fire. And I did it in one night. Fucking unreal, dude. I don't think I've ever worked that hard on clay. Okay. What is it, like 22 that we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then I have to make sure that this is spread out far enough for it all to be fireproof. We'll remove the soil, we'll replace it with a little bit of sand. After all, we could use this soil anyway to build our shelter. Our panning shelter, that is. I don't have my sticks. Okay, we'll have to go get one. And we'll grab our sand at the same time. You're watching the boys, you're babysitting, huh? Right on, right on. All right, let's grab that sand. All of it, just in case. Make sure I have enough. Grab the sticks, make the shovel, head back. This is magnificent. I think I'm just gonna use packed dirt for the roof, because honestly, the thought of taking apart rammed earth with how much stronger it is gives me immense dread, so. Let's do our little saw blade pattern there. Okay. We have just enough packed dirt to finish. It's all rain-proof now. Let's get every slot filled in with the clay products we have to do. Hell yes. That's ambitious. That's very ambitious. And while that's going, maybe we'll work on the garden. We can make our first 2 hide bags now. Animal hide bags, but I will need more cattails to do it. We'll store those in here for now. Okay. Let's deposit the clay. throw away the granite stones. We don't need those. Not now, anyway. All right, here we go. Yeah, if you want to pick up everything quickly, you have to clear your entire tool belt. That's how you pick up things quickly. All right, that's it. That's all we can carry. Let's grab these. All right, the bowls. Crock pots right here. Cooking pots and crucibles. The rest doesn't matter as much, but I might want to prioritize doing the storage vessels like as soon as possible. Okay, let's go get more. The clay products. You had to hide all the Christmas gifts. I get it. I understand. It makes sense. Well, I remember when I was a kid. Oh, it was the best Christmas ever, dude. Best Christmas ever. I remember I cracked into my gifts. Like, I found them in the closet, and I literally cut it open. It was Simpsons Road Rage, I remember, and I was so excited to get it, but I accidentally, like, ruined the packaging of the game when I opened it. So I had to hide it from my parents. Like, I taped it back shut, and I had to hide it from my parents on Christmas. So, like, I made sure they couldn't see that I had ruined the packaging by savagely opening it. Like, early, you know? All right, let's start gathering the resources that we're gonna need to get this done. I'm gonna collect some food. We gots to eat. We still have a lot of cranberries, but cranberries are the least nutritious berry. Honestly, no, I think the best year I ever had, I think that Dragon Ball Budokai was it Tenkaichi 2 or was it just Budokai 2? Having trouble remembering. I think it might have been Budokai 2 and Pokemon Emerald came out in the same year. Got one for Christmas and one for my birthday. That, oh yeah. All right. Let's begin gathering all the resources that we know we're gonna need for these fire pits. We need a lot. If I have 22 pits, then I need 220 plant fibers. I'm also gonna need whatever the hell 22 times 8 is. 172, or like 182, something like that. I'm gonna have to aim for 200 sticks, which just blows my fucking mind. I'm gonna want like 3.5 stacks of this grass. All right, there we go. I now have 3.5 stacks of dry grass. That's enough to fill everything. And then we have to do sticks. And then peat. This game is making me way too comfortable with tedious labor. I keep this up, eventually I'll just get a real job. Hell yeah. All right. Get a job for a landscaping company or something. Who needs dry grass collected? I'm your man. I have hundreds of hours of experience collecting dry grass for my clay kilns. I got you. Anyway, we're just gonna make sure we have as close to a full stack as possible for our own personal storage. I'm gonna be working all fucking day trying to get all the supplies that we're gonna need to get those kilns actually burning. Let's work on the sticks now. I'm so glad I learned I can use peat instead of fire fuel, because that saves you a lot of time and energy. Just using peat instead? Ugh. Yeah. Where is the peat anyway? Clay was over here. I think the peat's over there, yeah. But we did see a brown bear there, so proceed with caution. I need sticks. If I go on top of that oak tree, I could get a whole bunch, for sure. Right here. And I'm safe up here, like not even a bear can get me. This is actually a walnut tree. Fair enough. There's also some pine branchy leaves up here. Trying to get rid of these axes. Okay. I'm gonna be on top of this tree for a while, you know? Yeah. But we very well may get all the sticks that we need from this one tree. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fucking sticks up here, dude. I've almost spent an entire in-game day, like cutting grass and collecting sticks from a tree. It is a pretty massive fucking work order that we, 22 clay slots to set on fire. Like, I've never done 22 before. It's the molds. Usually I could get away with like, you know, 15 clay slots or something, you know, something simple like that. But now we need so much more because I want to make the molds so that I can save on my hammer usage with the forge and the anvil. All right. Okay, well, I didn't take any fall damage, but I am way down here now. Look at all this shit. Oh, buddy. Got some walnut seeds. I have a stack and a half of sticks. Just about 2 stacks, really. But there's a lot of sticks up there that I haven't gotten. Let's eat some of these cranberries before I start going hungry. All right, that'll do for now. Let's keep nerd polling up here. I'm gonna want to hop down there and grab all the sticks on that lower part of the tree. All right, let's go down there real quick. There's probably sticks up here. Thank God for this walnut tree, dude. It's in a nice open area. Like, it's really close to home. I can get all the sticks I need in one place, and I'm safe. As long as I'm up here, there ain't no fucking bear who's gonna reach me, I'll tell you that. Oh, hell yeah. I'm basically just giving this tree a haircut. That's all it is, man. I'm just giving it a fucking haircut. That's all that's happening here. I'm a walnut barber. My homies call me the nut cutter. All right, let's hop over there. Let's grab these first. I'm probably gonna leave a really messy looking hodgepodge of dirt all over this tree, but I mean, it's kind of worth it if I can get all the sticks I need. I already have 2 stacks of sticks, and I'll bet you there's like an entire stack on the ground just waiting for us to collect it, so. Never underestimate the value of a good pair of shears. Do you know how quick this would be if I had shears? It'd be awesome if one day you could craft stone shears, but I feel like as long as they had really low durability, so the metal ones still had value. But that's one of the best things about getting your metallurgy going, is that you have access to shears, and collecting things like sticks. You know, you have the shears, you have the scythe, so all of a sudden dry grass and sticks are completely trivial to collect. Hi, Zuzi. Oh my god, getting smooches.
You are so lovely.
I love you too, honey. Okay, I'm gonna have to get out of here soon. The sun is setting. We've been at this all day collecting these. Ow, that was a nasty ass fall. Okay, I think we're gonna have to get out of here now, but yeah, let's grab these sticks. Oh yeah, whole bunch. I really wanted to finish the whole tree just to say that I did. Yeah. Maybe it's not too late. Hang on. Over here. Climb up. Oh yeah. I hope a crazy legs doesn't attack me up here, buddy, or I'm plummeting. Anyway, I definitely, yeah, I gave this tree like a full haircut, like complete. Unreal. All right. I want to collect my blocks before I go down. I need them. We made pretty good time, honestly. The sun is setting now, but We're pretty much done. I have to get out of here, though. There's monsters everywhere. I still have some shit to pick up off the floor. Yeah, this fucking guy right here. All right, let's run around. Collect all this crap. I think we got pretty much all of it. Oh. Aha! Now we did. I definitely have enough sticks now. It really just comes down to the peat. And the peat is close to home. It is 10 o'clock p.m. Getting darker and darker every second, though, so let's hurry the hell up and get home. I have 14 walnut seeds. I'm gonna have to plant those around here by base. We're just gonna have a fucking walnut forest. Gonna bust a walnut. All right, let's go home. Damn it, there's a portal right there. Oh god! Crazy legs. Run. Alright, he started having a seizure. Yeah, as long as I can go, like, put the sticks in there and everything, I'm good. Like, I don't, you know. As long as I can keep setting it up. That's a lot of sticks. We almost got 4 stacks of sticks, dude. I have more rope now, 4 rope. Oh, yeah. All right, I still have a stack of sticks left over. Now it comes down to the peat. Don't really know how I feel, though, about gathering peat at night when a bear could sneak up on me. You know what I mean? I can make all 4 of my animal hide bags once I get more cattails. The axe does, yeah. I just don't want to. It's really demanding on the durability, right? For an axe, it breaks quick. Okay. Now I need a new axe with a bone handle. Followed by a new spear. Let's make 2. All right. Yeah, we need more peat. Oh, I ain't gonna like this. I can still see where base is. I just hope I don't get fucked by a bear at night. You know what I mean? The peat's right here. I'm pretty much just gonna dig until my shovel breaks, and I'm gonna assume that that's gonna be enough to not only finish it, but also have leftover fuel for later. All right, there we go. Let's head back home. And let's get all those clay products finally firing. Finally. And they'll be made out of peat. Or, sorry, they'll have a top row, like a top layer of peat, which I think means they'll be done sooner. Someone told me that. Probably Saturn. Or Seven Sky. Okay, everything is ready to be ignited. So let's ignite it. There's never enough of Peter. Yeah. You are right. Like, if I would have just made a few stone axes and gone at that tree, it would have been way quicker to do what we did. All right, well, it took us like an entire 24-hour span, but we finally got all the clay stuff done. 22 slots of it. Oh shit, we got monsters coming. Hey, wait, yeah, go ahead. Step on the fire. Oh yeah. You gon' burn today. You gon' learn and you gon' burn. Look at this dumbass. Oh, beautiful. All right. He threw a rock at me before he died. That was his, like... That was his last stand. Alright. I think everything is lit. I don't think we missed one. Right on. That's impressive. That was a lot of effort to set up. Oh yeah. Now we need to set up the charcoal pit. Hell of a lot simpler, that. All right. In fact, Right here looks as good a place as any, long as it's relatively fireproof, and we'll make a panning shelter for tomorrow night. Oh, fuck that. Oh, I can't just stay here all night. Oh, fuck. I hate those. Crazy Legs is fucking fast, dude. He'll run you down, like... Okay, we killed it. Let's skin Arrowhead over here. Let's try to heal up. Holy shit, look at all these monsters, dude. That's insane. I can't set up my fucking charcoal pit, not with all this resistance here. Fucking spawn camping my ass. Let's go grab our sand. Eat. Oh, and let's refresh the torches. It's probably been a hot minute since I've done that. I'm gonna need more food. But there, historically, have been a lot of berries nearby. I'm sure we'll find something. I don't think we have anything in here. Other than, yeah, all we have in there is grain. Yeah, we're gonna have to go foraging. Maybe if I come back, the heat will have died down a little bit and I'll be able to get more done. Let's make more bandages since we've used a lot. God damn it. I really wanted to get the charcoal set up, but with this many enemies nearby, like, I don't see how I'm gonna manage. Temporal gear. I don't know where Crazy Legs went. I probably killed him really close to the portal. Maybe he went in the portal after he was dead. I'll just use the rammed earth to cover it up. We're gonna need the wood. Can't carry any more than this. Food is about to be a little bit of an issue. I mean, I still technically have the porridge, but, well, not porridge, grains, right? But I'd prefer not to eat them. Save them for later, when I can make porridge. All right, all of that is looking good. Let's make the fire. I am gonna need a little bit more wood though, it looks like. I didn't leave myself enough firewood for actually making the campfire. So let's go get some food. And I'll get a piece of wood on the way. We can definitely find some forage. We've just been tripping over food this whole playthrough. I'm sure if I set out there with the intention of actually finding it, we will find it. I may have to go a little bit further than this area right here because we've been here a lot, but... There we go. Wait, what did we pick up? Yeah, white currant berries. Let's eat a couple of those. We got some cranberries over here, some onions to my right. There's always the option of fish as well. Cranberry bushes are empty. I need more cattails. All right, food. Here we go. Yeah, there's a couple of cranberry bushes for harvest here. 3 of them. Anyway, let's check this cluster of bushes right here. Maybe grab some more cattails, and then go back and start burning that charcoal pit. All right. It's a nice wide open area. We're not going to get run up on by a bear while we get these cattails, or a wolf for that matter. They're safe cattails, so let's just grab them. Yeah, I gotta admit, this area does seem like the Promised Land 2.0. Doesn't exactly have that. It might have a mountain view. I haven't really stopped to take a look at the scenery around the base. By rights, there could be a nice mountain view. Oh man, this was definitely worth stopping at. A 100%. We got like 2 stacks of cattails now. We're all right. And I still have a respectable sum of cranberries. Not that much, but it's at least enough to get our pit kiln going. Good evening, Jesper. Welcome, buddy. Hello. Why not make the charcoal pit? Because I was starving, buddy. I had no more food, right? So I had to go get food, and I didn't have any wood. So I need to get a piece of wood in order to actually light the campfire over the charcoal pit. Yeah, a couple of reasons why I didn't light it already. Coal is even faster, so you can actually put coal on top of a clay pit to fire it faster. That's interesting. All right, let's grab this piece of wood right here. This Woodrow Wilson. I don't know who that is. Inventory is full. There. That portal, that pesky portal, is finally gone. Let's deposit our seeds in here. I can now unequip the torch, put the cattails in the chest. Deposit the grains, seal that up. We have spare blocks, sand, low-fert soil, make the firewood that we need. Okay, there we go. We will have charcoal soon enough. And we'll have all of our clay goods soon as well. I've never done a build that big before. Fucking beautiful. And now the base looks a lot cleaner because we got all that firewood and stuff out of here. Oh, I did have more firewood. Oh, that's funny. All right, whatever, we're good. No harm, no foul. Anyway, let's work finally on building our little panning area. We need a panning area. So I was thinking I might try to simply join the panning area to the house, but not really sure. Let's get rid of that. That's from the early game. We don't need that. Actually, we just might. Otherwise, that sand might fall if I step on it. Oh well, we're not going to worry about it for now. Yeah, let's put it down there. Let's just leave it down there. All right. I have 8 more cranberries. The panning shelter. I'd like it to be a little bit away from our base, maybe. I'll need to have a storage chest for the panning area. However, in order to have that, I can just do this. Store some blocks in there. We'll want the sand. Yeah, that'll do. Let's get rid of this cow parsley. Where's my pan? Now I can take this chest. I want it to be a little bit far from base, and we'll take it apart when we're done with it. Right here, this is perfect. Yeah, stand here, place the block right there. Let's open this up just a little bit more. All right. I need a spot behind me, right there, where a storage chest will go, so the wall goes right here. Beautiful. Now I need a wattle gate. Got it. Put that there. And then I need a tool rack. Right there. That's gonna hold a bunch of my items and open up my inventory for panning. And once the bowls are done, I just need like a clay. I need a clay bowl. I'll combine it with a fat. Yeah. And then I can put the clay bowl right here. I'm gonna replace both of these blocks though with the rammed earth. There. And then I can place the sand right there and it won't structurally collapse into the water and get rid of it. Now I don't need to worry about spawn proofing at all. As long as we have an adequate light level, nothing should be able to spawn in here. Other than, apparently both Orns can still spawn with this mod. It's like glitchy, but only both Orns. As long as Crazy Legs can't spawn, I'm cool with it. I just don't want fucking Crazy Legs spawning in and one-shotting me, right? Just because I left one tile on the floor without an item on it. I feel like that needs a lot of work. The dev needs to patch those storms. Any port in a storm. You should have a port for temporal storms. It's just, it's the only thing that actually makes sense. You should not have like a guaranteed death sentence. Otherwise, you're just penalizing every permadeath player, right? All right, let's go deposit our sand and the pan in here, and I need to stockpile some food. Wherever we can find it. I haven't managed to kill a bear yet. I've seen a couple, but I haven't managed to kill any. It's not for lack of trying. Survived 2 bear chases? Lucky guy. Right on. I can start making porridge. once our cooking pot is done. It's not gonna have much substance to it, but... Not really seeing that many berry bushes in this area, but we'll take a look, you know. I see cranberries. Black currants. Oh, very nice. 4 helpings. That's just a massive cluster of black currant bushes right here. There's more clay over here. This is near where I saw the bear. That's a baby pig. Those are chickens over there. More sap. Got it. Let's eat. That right there to my left is what we call a trap. Let's eat these 2 turnips. I need to open up my inventory space. Look at this. Yeah. You try to harvest that and it just all falls down. Oh, that's such a dick move, dude. I don't know where the brown bear is that we saw before. He was around here. Oh, your food. You're good fucking food. All right, let's give this a shot. What the fuck? No way. Oh yeah. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A white-tailed deer. That's grub. I haven't made my animal hide bags yet. I should. I could, actually. At this point, I totally could. Let's eat that couple of flax grain just so I can take the bones. We're near base. I can go deposit. Yes, I'm using the crafting menu as an inventory extension for a moment. It's hard to do though. You pretty much have to hold Alt down the entire time. All right. I have 2 stacks of flax seeds. That's ridiculous. This seed is something else, buddy. Anyway, let's make our animal hide bags. There we go. We got them. Now we need to sub those out. So what I'm gonna do is just move everything into my crafting menu, and then it becomes very easy to swap these bags out. Whichever one says it's empty. Okay. There we go. Now I can refund these bags. Yeah. Beautiful. We now have a larger inventory by 4 spaces. That's gonna help out quite a bit. All in all, a profoundly successful episode 1. I'll store the black currant berries, cook the meat. Although I might be able to save the meat for stew. Like, to be fair. Yeah, let's do that instead. I'll store the meat in there, take the berries. I'm gonna have to put my surplus seeds in here, same with those arrows. We'll have our clay storage containers soon. I don't need to worry about inventory space that much. We're getting a handle on it, on everything, really. Anyway, let's continue hunting for food. You can switch the controls so you don't have to hold it down while keeping the menu open. Interesting. The first, you were trying to get a mushroom and then a bear jumped you and missed. Right on, right on. Yeah, I've had a couple close calls like that, where you get away and you don't even know how you got away, you just feel really lucky. All right, white currant berries. I see red currants over here. If I find a bear, I will try to kill one. This is that fucking walnut tree that we just went to town on. We fucking industrialized that fucking thing. There's a trader over there. Let's go check out these ruins, maybe. See if we can get anything valuable from them. There's cranberries right here. That's valuable in and of itself. Want to take advantage of our new, bigger inventory size. Let's seek out some bony soil too while we're here. Farming. I got feathers. Why the hell would feathers be in a farming thing? Weird. Maybe it's like including animal husbandry as a farming thing or something. I got 2 galena nuggets. Oh, wow. There's humanoid carcasses in here. Tool vessel, not much in there. There's a lot in here. This is just like a big loot space. I got 4 flax twine in that one. And look at all this bony soil, dude. I don't think I've ever found this much bony soil or vases in a ruin before. Not once in my life have I ever found this much. This is new to me. Alright, let's get out of there. I have 22 bony soil. That's absurdly awesome. I've never had nearly that much. We're definitely getting a candle in all of that. 100%, like... No way. I just found a tin bronze Falx. Yo, what is this? That's fucking amazing. This has got to be the best ruins loot that I've ever found. I don't know what that is over there, but I'm about to go check. What is that? A broken pipe. That means there's probably something really big down there. I need to mark this. That pipe is probably for, like, getting oxygen down there. Man, I've never seen ruins like this before. This was a highly lucrative experience right here. That was insane. All right, let's eat. We're gonna want to head home now. Grab the turnips and the turnip seeds. We'll be meal ready pretty fucking soon, man. Like, I'll be able to make meals, and we saved up a lot of grain for porridge. We just might be out of the woods for hunger for the rest of the game, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how things evolve over time. Oh. Bear! Oh my god. No way. Okay, guys, I just learned a really harsh and painful lesson. Bears catch up to you when you're running downhill. We just lost, like, the best series I'll probably ever have. So I'm feeling like I might not even want to play Vintage Story again for a while. I think I'm gonna switch it up and play something else tomorrow. Maybe like Abiotic Factor or something. Hopefully the viewership is like as good as it's been for Vintage Story. You know, if nothing else, Vintage Story has been a cash cow of a game. I've loved it, dude. But yeah, Brown Bears, man. I kind of feel like I want to make a mod to reduce their movement speed. Just because they're not like every other bear, you know? I feel like brown bears kind of break the balance of the game too much, you know? They shouldn't be. See, there's three, you can think of game balance as a triangle, okay? At the top of the triangle, you have health. At the bottom, that's left for you. At the bottom left of the triangle, you have damage. And at the bottom right of the triangle, you have speed, right? Health, damage, speed. Now, when you're trying to balance enemies, particularly for permadeath, you want most enemies to have two of these things, but not all three things, right? So you want to have some enemies that are fast and with high damage. You want to have other enemies that have high damage and they're tanky, but they're slow. And you want to have other enemies that are really fast with a lot of health, but they don't do much damage, right? Like you kind of, and whenever you have a boss, that's when you're going to have all 3 points on the triangle. You're going to have damage, high health, and high speed, right? But I feel like the problem with the brown bears is that they have all three, and they shouldn't. No other creature in the game has it. Wolves, you can outrun them, right? They don't have much health either. Like every animal, even black bears, you can outrun them pretty easily. Like really, really easily, you can outrun a black bear, right? But brown bears are just broken and in a league of their own, and they really upset the balance of it. They really do. And I think I've just lost too many series to brown bears to the point where, like, I've tried to make my own class. to sort of like without brown bears being the way that they are, the vanilla classes would be just fine, right? But even with a good class that had boosted movement speed 110%, I still got outran by that bear just because I was going downhill, right? And that to me is like the purest evidence of just complete broken balance. Brown bears need TLC. I don't know if they'll ever get it in vanilla, but I think I'm on the cusp of making a mod for the game to reduce the speed of the brown bear. I think it's just necessary. It's 100% necessary to enjoy the game. Otherwise, you're constantly like, you know, you're always looking over your shoulder, right? I shouldn't have been outrun by that bear. I literally had the fastest character possible, 110% speed, and yet I was still outran by the bear just because I went downhill, right? So I don't know, man. I'm not going to want to play this for a while. I'm feeling very disappointed, very robbed, very cheated, and it's a very sour taste. And it's worth acknowledging that it is very early access. Some of these things will be subject to change in the future, but my personal opinion is that the biggest problem with the game is the brown bear. And if you're able to outrun a black bear, you should be able to outrun a brown bear because the realism doesn't make sense. Black bears can easily outrun you in real life. And if that's the case, why can you outrun them in the game? And yet, that's true. But what's also true is that grizzly bears outrun you too, right? So it's like, why can I outrun a black bear but not a brown bear? Either they should both be faster than you or neither of them should be, right? It's just the only thing that makes sense. But I mean, that's the downside of playing a game where the devs are like, they're really slow, in some ways lazy, and that's why they don't put it on Steam, because they don't want to be beholden to the expectations of consumers, right? They don't want people to be able to negatively review the game for thought of their work ethic and pace. They don't want people to be able to, they don't want Steam as a platform to demand a roadmap from them that they have to adhere to, because they fuck the dog in their work like the whole way through. They want to do it as slow as possible, right? They're like the guy on a construction site who takes a dozen smoke breaks in one shift. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm going to have to rebalance the bears before I play again. But like I said, that was the best seed we've ever had, and losing it is really crushing. Really crushing. Now, one thing I will say is that I probably won't play as the Orphan anymore if I find a way to nerf the brown bear's speed. I probably can, but I have to figure it out. If I can nerf the brown bear's speed and make it equal to the black bear, then it creates a situation where I can safely play as the blackguard, and I don't need the 10% movement speed, right? Anyway. Keep love alive, live to forgive, and let redemption ride shotgun, everybody. Take care, rock on, peace out. I hope you all have a good night and a wonderful sleep, or a great rest of your day, depending on which hemisphere you call home. And tomorrow, I'll meet you guys back here for probably a biotic factor. We'll see. Nothing's gonna feel quite as fun as Vintage Story, but a lot, the vast majority of the other games I could play will have better balance, right? They'll have better balance. They won't feel as unfair. They won't feel as broken in their execution. And there's not going to be, you know, anything bullshit like brown bears that you have no counter to. So, yeah. All right. Later, everybody.